Let's raise up the energy one time for the super producer, Zaytoven in the building. All right, Moran.
What's up, my brother?
Shout out to my dog Zaytoven in the building, man. How you feeling on this Monday, bro? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling all right? Good. Okay. I just want to see what the energy was like in here. Okay.
So we're here. We got to kind of jump straight into it. We're here to discuss many things, but the most important thing is Trap Holizay. Now everybody knows you put out a lot of mixtapes, a lot of like unofficial albums, a lot of projects with artists. But now this is on your biggest scale ever, Capitol Records.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you,
and
thank
it drops.
you, thank you.
Is it Friday or Thursday at midnight, or how we doing it?
Thursday at midnight, Friday. So
Thursday at midnight?
May 25th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trap Holizay official Zaytoven album will be out there. How do you feel about that? Just talk to us.
I feel good, man. I really feel like almost like a rebirth of Zaytoven. Even though Zaytoven been here since 2003, 2004.
Yep.
You know, that was my first big song. It's like it's 2018. And I never did this before. You know, out of my years of being in this game for so long, I never put out an official Zaytoven album on a major label. So now I feel like I'm a brand new artist, a brand new producer all over again. So,
how was the process? Was it difficult at times?
Far as with making an album,
just creating the album, you know, because you're getting a lot of different artists together. You're not the rapper, you're not rapping per se, but you're getting different artists together, different features. You know what I'm saying? I know personally from putting together projects, you might have had a moment where somebody might have sent you something, and you're like, you got to make that call and be like, hey, you got to do this again. You know what I'm saying? So did you run into any obstacles creating it?
For the most part, I really didn't, man. I feel like every person I put on the album, soon as I called them or asked them for that, they stop what they doing and say, let me take care of this for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's because the way I treat artists and the way I do for them, any one of these artists can call me at 4 o'clock in the morning and ask me to do something. I'm going to get out of my bed and do it.
We've seen it.
Yeah, so when it come time for me to ask them for something, they can't wait to do it. So it was like a very, very smooth process.
Okay. And let's talk about the playlist and some of the features. The playlist is very heavy.
Yeah.
Just let some of the people know some exclusive info as far as some of the features that's on there.
Okay, the features I got on here, let me think now. I'm going to leave some of them out. But I got Future, I got Gucci, I got 21 Savage, I got Young Dolph, I got Yo Gotti, I got T.I., got Rick Ross, I got Pusha T, I got Trey Songz.
You could have just said everybody.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's more, the list goes on and on. Let me see, Trey Songz, we got Plies, we got Trouble, we got Jeremiah, Ty Dolla $ign, OJ the Juice Man, Young Lil Uzi, Young Scooter, Migos.
Everybody,
man. There's so many. Lil Pump.
Okay.
Yeah, we got all them.
So is there anybody that like almost made the album or the cut, but you couldn't get the record done in time?
Travis Scott. He was actually on the song, but we couldn't get everything cleared in time enough. So it's like, I had to take the verse off, but that's the one that didn't make the cut.
Okay, absolutely. Now, one interesting thing about Zaytoven that we still know is you still make it to church almost every Sunday.
Yes, sir.
And play for the church.
Yep.
Give it up. Is that part of just what keeps you close to faith or keeps you grounded?
That's what gives me balance. Like, that's my upbringing. That's what I believe in. That's what I really do before anything else I do. Right. I feel like the reason that I done made it to be as successful as I am in music right now is because, my diligence when it comes to doing things for God and putting that first before everything else. So, and I feel like that's the reason why I'm, where I'm at today.
So with somebody that's, promoting positivity and that's a God-fearing person, do you ever run into instances where maybe somebody might record something on your track and you might have to hit them like, nah, you can't, do you ever run into instances where your faith kind of conflicts with the message in the music?
Not for real. I mean, a lot of these guys that, and I deal with the worst of the worst, you know what I mean? But all these guys have a different story than I have.
Right.
And they, a lot of these guys' backgrounds are different than mine. So, of course, what they going to say on the track and some of the stuff is going to be like, dang, something I definitely wouldn't say.
Right.
But it's, it's still, music is still an art form. It's somebody painting a picture. And it could be something that they done dealt with or going through or things of that nature. So I can't come in and say, you can't tell your story the way you want to tell your story.
Right.
So,
Okay, that's what it is.
That's the way I look at it.
Now, I ask this every time I interview you because everybody just wants to know. What's up with the Jay-Z track?
The Jay-Z.
What's up with the Jay-Z Zaytoven track?
I wish I knew. It's something that we didn't did and we
But just to clarify, it exists. You
it
heard it, you were there, completely exists.
If you look at the picture, I'm in the man's house. So,
right. Okay.
That should be enough. It definitely exists. And this music stuff you really can't say on when somebody's gonna put something out or what their plans is for it. I was just blessed and happy to be in the predicament of I'm doing music with them, period.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So that was enough for me. So I'm waiting just like everybody else waiting.
Okay.
With my tongue out.
No doubt. Now, the Trap Holizay tour is going along with the Trap Holizay album. Tell everybody about the tour, some of the cities you've been to, some of the highs and highlights of the whole tour.
Well, I just did my first time ever doing a tour. Like, I never in my life thought I'd be doing nothing like this. You know what I mean? Even when somebody brought it to me, like, say you need to start DJing. I'm like, I'm not no DJ, I'm a producer. You know what I mean? So, and then I didn't really take it serious until they said, well, they want to pay you, $20,000 to do it.
Now I'm a
I said,
DJ.
oh, hold on, wait a minute. I said, wait, let me learn how to DJ. I learned how to DJ in like 2 days.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And I ain't that good. You know what I mean? I'm good enough to where when I go DJ, people they just so crazy about who I am and what I've done that they just going crazy. I've been times where I pushed the wrong button and cut the song off in the middle of the song.
Yeah.
And they still like, yeah.
Zaytoven is the best.
So it's like, it gave me confidence. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I do a tour with this.
Yeah.
So it's like I done been all over the world, man. And it seems like when I go overseas, I can go to Canada, Paris, and stuff like that. They lose their mind that I'm right there. Like I was just in Vancouver. I came to start my set. Just me setting my computer up. They was just screaming my name so much and so loud I couldn't even play the music. We had to do that for 10 minutes. Just let them. You know what I mean?
How does that feel, bro? Because as a producer, you're usually locked into the studio. You don't always get to interact and, you know what I mean, see the crowds in the world. So how does that feel?
It gives me confidence in a whole nother way. You know what I mean? So it makes me want to do more. It makes me want to do, better than what I've done. It makes me want to be bigger than what I am. So it definitely gives me confidence.
Now, to flip to a more comical side, you cut hair.
Yes, sir.
Right? Have you ever cut that head where it's like, no shade to LeBron or nothing, but they should just let it go, but they want you to save them and you can't save the hairline? Like, has that ever happened?
Man, listen, that's been so much. That's been so
happens a lot.
What? And it's like, bro,
so
why,
you just
why
cut
you
it,
even,
or do you tell them?
No, I line it up, but I asked him about 3-4 times, like, bro, you want me line that right there? Just so
yeah.
Like, bro, you really need to.
You want some more dye in it?
Yeah, you really need to cut it off. That's what I'm trying to tell him.
Right.
Without saying it, like, bro, you really want me to do that?
Right.
So yeah, I run through
base,
that a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. Zaytoven. We also got one of our own from Hoodrich Radio here. Moran, shouts to him. He's an aspiring producer. He had a couple questions for you too, man. What you got for Zaytoven today, Moran?
Yeah, man. So taking a couple steps back, you said that, this is your first time ever releasing a full body of work on an album. So why did it take you so long?
Didn't nobody want to sign me before now. So
really?
So yeah, what's the great thing about me moving? I felt like I was moving in this game real slow. Like I had my first big song in 2004, So Icy. Here it is, 2018. I just did the deal, but like the end of last year, so you might well say this year. So that means I've been slowly growing this whole time to now somebody like, hey man, we want to do a record deal with you as an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just gave me it just made me feel like I've just been growing slowly this whole time, which I enjoy because it gives me longevity. It means I can be here for that, for a long time.
Right.
All the producers that I'm almost battling with now, they weren't even producing. They was saying, Zay, we used to watch you make beats.
Someone might not have been born.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Almost,
so
yeah.
when I run into them, they're like, man, I was in middle school, boy. I used to just listen to you.
Right.
These are some of the hottest producers in the world right now, and they used to, listen to me when they was in middle school.
Yeah.
So, it just lets me know that I can stretch this game out for so long.
Yeah.
So, and I was excited. They said they want to do the record deal with me. I couldn't wait to do it. So that's why I say I feel like it's a rebirth. It's like me starting all over again, like a new artist that just got a brand new record deal.
Word.
Yep.
Like, out of everything that you've produced, do you have anything that you feel like you'll never surpass?
I never surpassed.
Like
Not
that,
really.
Not really?
Because I feel like, man, what's so crazy is out of all the success I done had so far, I still feel like it hasn't been my best. You know what I mean? You know how you like the song that the beat that they use is like, man, that was all right, but man, I could do, I can make some way harder than that.
Right,
you know what I mean? So I feel like I haven't even showed my best yet.
So what's the motivation at this point? Because you wake up almost every morning and make beats. We see that on IG. You wake up and cook up literally.
My motivation is I'm still hungry. I'm still competitive. You know what I mean? I still feel like I ain't going out like that. If somebody else is doing good, or they going hard, it makes I feel weak if I'm not in that same conversation or if I'm not doing almost just what they doing. So, you know what I mean? So when new producers come in, when new artists come in and get hot and be big, that's my motivation to make me be like, man, I got to go hard. I got to show that they not harder than me. Not, you know what I mean? Not trying to, be competitive, but I am competitive in that aspect. You know what I mean?
Game,
exactly. So that's why I always, I'm still going at it extra hard.
How does the digital part of production, like, you play a lot of your instruments, you play your keys, and then you see other people might just digitally just go program it in the Fruity Loops or something like that. How do you deal with that? Did you adjust to that at all, or you just like, hey, that's what y'all do, I'm going to do it my way, or what?
For a minute, I thought I was going to start trying to get into that because I'm like, man, this stuff working. They going hard with this.
Right.
But I had to realize Zaytoven has created a sound that's been here over a decade. Like just my sound is bigger than who I am. Like if you listen to the music, just all the new music, it's like, man, that's my music. They remaking my music over and over and over again. So I had to realize if I start doing what they do, then I lose who I am.
And it won't be timeless.
Exactly. Then it won't be timeless. So I stuck to my guns, and the way I produce is the way I'm gonna produce. From here on out.
Okay. Absolutely. Now you got this record on the album with Ty Dolla $ign, OJ the Juice Man. What you think it is? Talk to us about how you put that record together, and we're actually gonna play it right here at the Zaytoven meet and greet.
The way I put this song together is I was trying to reach out to a lot of people that I really didn't, you really don't hear me doing songs with.
Right.
You don't really hear me doing a lot of songs with Ty Dolla $ign.
Right.
Even though I did one on his album before, people still don't know me for working with Ty Dolla $ign. So I was like, let me put Ty Dolla $ign on the album. I made a beat for him. I sent it to him. He sent it back with the verse and the hook. I'm like, ooh, this dope. Now, who else can I put on it that's, unusual that I think is hard? I put Jeremiah on it. Jeremiah killed it.
Yep.
Now I said, to make it a Zaytoven record, let me go get somebody that everybody know who I work with. You know what I mean?
Trap A.
Yeah, let me go get my buddy like OJ, not Gucci, but OJ the Juice Man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, dang, you got OJ on here?
Yeah.
And I felt like it was going to make OJ feel just good. Like, dang, Zay put me on the song with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't put him on no song that ain't talking about nothing. I put him on one of the, the big song.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the way I wanted. I wanted the world to look at, one of the songs I put out. So that's how the song came about.
Okay, we're going to play that for y'all right here at the Zaytoven meet and greet. When we come back, y'all going to get y'all chance to ask y'all questions to Zaytoven. It's going down 96.7 to be Hoodrich Radio. Moran, let's go. Trap Holizay. What you think? Right here at iHeart Studios, 96.7 The Beat. It's exclusive meet and greet with super producer Zaytoven. Y'all give it up one more time for Zaytoven in the building. So Zay, you got a lot of fans, man. They're very anxious to ask you some questions, so we're going to let them get a little bit personal with you. Everybody, one question, please. We're Rich Crystal's right here, and she's going to actually take that mic around and let y'all ask y'all questions. So who's the first question? Right here. Introduce yourself. And then you can ask Zay whatever you need to ask.
What's going on? My name is Champagne Jules. Quick question is, are you going to put Travis Scott on the remix then, since he ain't make the first cut?
You know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I think I will do that. Since he ain't make the cut, I got it. You know what I might do? I might recreate a whole song to the verse he gave me, because he gave me a verse and a hook. So, you know, that might make that a brand new song. Because I really wanted him on it so bad, bro. But you know how the label stuff be, and it takes so long to get clearances, and it's like, I can't wait. You know, I couldn't wait on it, so.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that, my brother.
What's up, man? I'm DJ C Blends. I do 9 o'clock radio here on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
How do you get your bass drums to hit that hard, bro? Like,
he wants the secrets.
The secret sauce. You know what's so crazy? I think my 808s has been copied so much, and people try to figure out, you know, how does it get to sound like that, and it really comes from me being lazy. And when I say that is, I remember getting those 808s in my drum kit, the MPC. That's what I used. It was the MPC 2000 XL, and I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know how to make it sound better than what it sounded. You know, it was overlapping. It was overlapping. It was really too deep, and it's like. But I was so impatient. Like, I just want to make the beat so fast. That's like I ain't even fix it. So I was just making the beats, and then Gucci ready to rap. Like, Zay, you done with the beat? I'm ready to rap on it. Yeah. So you just gotta let it fly. Yeah. So once you start doing that, and you just letting it fly, and you start hearing people like, boy, them beats you doing so hard. Then it's like, oh, well, then that's it. I ain't gotta change.
Right.
That's real.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, C Blends.
Oh, hello. I'm in management too, and in the hair world. You're slick.
Okay. The Indian Remy.
And I'm in management. I was just trying to figure out what are other ways that we as a group can promote more of our art, because I've tried to do a lot of, like, you know, Facebook, Instagram, things of that nature, but I'm trying to do something bigger for him. So what is there other ways? Damn, I had another question, but you only said what?
As far as promoting an artist, like, the game is changing so much, and there's so many. It's like right now, I feel like social media is almost the biggest thing going, and the reason I say that is because if, like, now I'm trying to sign artists, and what's gonna make me decide what artist I kind of want to sign is I'm gonna look at his social media and look at his numbers and see what he got going on, and that's what's gonna help me decide, like, oh yeah, he popping, you know, because, you know, we got so many people that saying, man, I'm the dopest in the world. I got my city on lock. Then you go to their Instagram, they got 13 followers. It's like, well, bro, you can't be doing it, you know.
Right.
You said you had your city on Smash. Exactly. What happened?
There's more than 13 people in your city, bro.
But it could be somebody that I don't even think that's that talented. But I can watch on their IG, they do a show, and you got thousands of people saying all their words, and I'll be like, how in the world is this happening? Right. You know. So I mean, the promotion right now, the only way, you know, you're gonna really promote yourself is get your numbers up and get your stuff, you know, working really. You know what I mean?
It's up to him.
Go ahead.
I just seen something on Instagram you put up about you said signing new artists, right?
Yeah.
So, like, after this, can we talk? Because I wanted to know information on how we can do that.
Contest? No contest.
So you're finding new artists? It's something on Instagram.
Nah.
Wow, yeah, I don't know about that. But my manager, he'll be in the back, so he definitely can assist you with that.
Thank you.
My name is Rob Olu, artist, engineer, producer. I have basically, what was the feeling like between Beast Mode and every other project that you've made with any other artist? Because the feeling in that project kind of seemed like,
man, that's my favorite.
It was a lot of energy from everything else.
That's my favorite project in the world.
Same.
So after you answer that question, you can tell us when Beast Mode 2 drops. If you just want to ease into that, you know what I mean?
You know what's so crazy? The feeling of Beast Mode was funny to me because, like, I was one of the producers that I've been working with Future since his first mixtape ever dropped, 1000. Yeah. So it's like I was on every mixtape that he was on. Now, when he got a deal and did his album, I wasn't on none of his albums. I wasn't on his was it Pluto and then Honest album?
Honest, yeah.
Yeah, so he put out albums, so I wasn't really working with him when he did his albums. I was real close to Rocco, and then, Future, I kind of started working with him. So once he didn't put me on I didn't work on none of his albums, I was like, okay, well then maybe, we just ain't doing music like that no more. And it might have been 2 years since I even talked to Future about anything. You know, he blew up. Then he kind of got mild. He wasn't as hot. So when he came back, and he called me one day like, Zay, I rapped on some of your beats. I want you to come to the studio and check them out. You know, so I don't know if he got the beats from Big Bang Black. I ain't sent him no beats in a long time. So he let me hear the beats. And while we in the studio jamming to what he was doing, they was like, man, you need to do a whole project. Zay, you and him need to do a whole project together. And I was kind of scared at the time because this is, like Migos was popping. I had Migos popping. Dolph was doing this thing. And Future wasn't as hot. He was just like, he had put out Monster. He was kind of like coming back. But I felt like, dang, if I do a whole project with him and it ain't really that popping, then it's going to make me look, you know what I mean, make me look weak. So I was kind of scared at the time. But Future was telling me, like, Zay, whatever beats you give me to rap on, whatever beats you choose, these are the beats I'm going to rap on. A lot of time when you work with artists, they pick the beats. They pick what beats they want to rap on. So it's like, hey, I want to rap on this one. And I can be like, man, that beat ain't really that hard, but that's what they want to rap on, so you got to give it to them. When you saying I can pick the beats, that made me go into like, okay, you finna rap on whatever beats I tell you to rap on. I'm finna go play the piano. I'm finna make it so even if they say he weak, they gonna be like, that nigga Zay going crazy.
Right.
So that's the way I looked at that project. I looked at it like that, like, okay, well, I'm finna go shine on this then. And it turned out to be, man, once I finished listening to the whole project, man, that whole project just gave me chills. To this day, there's not a project that I like more. Not just that I did, just period. That's like my favorite body of work. So
will there be a Beast Mode 2 or
it's already done? It's already done. In the can already.
It's done.
It's in the can.
It's done. All right.
I got a question real quick. I know you for a long time. E.T., by the way, I don't know if y'all know whatever, but it's cool. So my question is, I've had this, I think I told you this before, I had this Mount Rushmore. Like, if the West Coast is the creative of gangster rap, right? The Mount Rushmore, that's like Eazy-E and Ice Cube and Dr. Dre. And then at the second generation is like Snoop and them, right? Mm-hmm. On the Mount Rushmore of trap music, it's, Gucci, Jeezy, T.I., and then the beat Zaytoven, right? Mm-hmm. Outside of trap music, what are some of the artists that you have worked with, and will we hear any more?
Outside of trap music,
Usher,
that's probably the main guy. You know what I mean? And I think the reason that is because I think I created a sound where a lot of these guys, they might be scared to come and rap on the music, or maybe they just don't get it. That's why I was so excited when Jay-Z called. When Jay-Z called me, I'm like, what you mean? He want to do some music with me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why? Why you want to do some music with me? He don't like I know he don't like my music.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when I got the phone call, it was like, man, this dude been looking for you. Like, man, he been, you know what I mean? So it gave me the confidence, like, okay, maybe these guys do get it. They just haven't, got at me. Mm-hmm. And they was acting like, now I ain't gonna lie, I was in a meeting with Big John, and they was acting like that Zaytoven is like a myth, like you can't even get to him. Like,
for a long time, you could only find Zay in his mama basement.
Yeah, so they was making it like that. It's like, man, it's just a name we hear. It ain't never. It's like a ghost. We hear the name, but we never seen him before.
Right.
So and I think that's why some of the reason why I never worked with, a lot of the other artists that's not trap. But like I say, my career has been a slow slope going upward. So it's just now where all these other guys are starting to reach out and say, okay, Zay, I want to work with you. I want to, do some music with you. And I wouldn't have it no other way because, I didn't last this long without doing that.
Right.
Now when I do that, it's just going to open up, my name and my brand even that much more.
Okay.
Yep.
What's up, long lost cuz?
What up?
What's up? It's DJ B-Lex. Hey, everybody. Just wanted to ask, do you feel like, outside of your hard work and your talent, do you feel like building relationships with the artists cultivated your success as a producer? Because, it's not always about the money when you're coming up. Mm-hmm. Like, you want to work personally with the artists and build something special.
My whole career is due to artists that was on the come up. That was nobody. If you know who Zaytoven is, if you know my track record, all my songs became big. They were guys that you never heard of before. it was Zaytoven and Gucci when we did Icy. It's like you knew me from doing Gucci Man. But then when I did OJ the Juice Man, he wasn't nobody. It's just like, I made his song it came from the dirt, it came from the mud. And the reason, like even with Migos, when you first heard the Migos, it's Zaytoven. You first heard Dolph, it's Zaytoven's song, These are guys that we got it out the mud together. And the reason is, like I just said from the last question, is the other people, the other artists, I felt like they didn't get my music. I could send them beats, but they don't come back and say I like none of the beats. You know what I mean? But now the little joke on the corner, little Quavo and such, to them, my beats is the best beats in the world. So, those relationships, building those relationships with those guys is the reason why I'm still relevant to this day. And I always try to go and rock with these guys before they blow up, so they won't be like, oh, you just trying to work with me because I'm super hot now. Right. It's like, I seen the talent in you before you blow up. Let me help you blow up so I can be a part of it when you blow up. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Appreciate it, B-Lex. Mm-hmm. Anybody else questions?
What's going on, Zay? I'm Slice. What was it like being on the other side of being an artist now? Like, you're used to kind of slick street A&R the whole time, and now you got A&Rs that you're dealing with, and you're having to work in a different way potentially. Like, how was that for this process?
I've been learning that more and more as I've been growing. It's like I always been the guy. I'm a shy person. I don't talk a lot. I don't do a lot. So I always been the guy that's behind the scenes, helping blow up the artists so they can shine. And that's just my, that's what I wanted to do. I felt like that's what my gift was. So now that I gotta sit up here and do interviews, people want to take pictures with me. They want me to come do a show and all that. It's so different to me. But me, I guess, me being in the game for so long, it helped me learn and helped me gain the confidence of, yeah, you can put the camera on me. Yeah, I do, Now, yeah, I grab the microphone in front of everybody or whatever, or I'll be the artist if I need to be. So, it was definitely a change, but it's something that I gradually started learning as I started to get bigger, So now, like, I just did my first tour, and it's like I had to be almost rapping at every city I just did. I'm a DJ, but I got to rap while I'm being a DJ. I can't just DJ and not say nothing. Yeah. Let me rap the song. Let me be Migos for a night. Let me be, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Did it give you a bigger appreciation for artists, though, to see what they go through, having a tour night after night, performing, yelling, losing their voice, still having to go do it the next night?
I knew it. And I always said I never wanted to be that person. I don't want to be the guy that's gone every night and have to rap every night and do all that. Right. Because that's not really my character. I do it for, when I have to do it and do it for seasons. But, like, I'm a guy that, I'm a family dude. I got kids. I got a wife and kids. I like to be at home. I like to take my kids to the basketball game. I like to take my daughter to cheerleading practice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I can't do that being gone all the time and being on stage. So I like the fact that I'm a producer and I can do that when I want to do it. And I don't have to do that all the time.
Okay, no doubt. Questions?
Hey, what's going on, man? My name is L. So, like you said, you be hearing people on the radio, they've been biting your style, biting your beats with stuff. Do you have any type of, like, mentorship or a protege that you have? Or, like, do you teach anybody the game?
I'm looking for them. Let me say that. I'm looking for them. They biting it so much now.
Exactly.
I'm already, they already my protege without me even showing them nothing. Because they doing it, they making it better than I'm making it. I'm like, I've been in the club and I listen to something like, oh, boy, when did I make that one? I don't know that one. And you know what I mean? It's been like that a whole lot. So, I haven't really grabbed. I think the person that I grab and the guy that I'm a mentor is going to be somebody that don't sound nothing like me. He's going to make music that's totally different than what I make.
Yeah. Dope. Appreciate you, homie.
Run around over here.
As far as Birds of a Feather, I wanted to know how true to life was that story, and also will we see a second part, like showing after you made it, because it's like the movie ended off. It's like Zayda became Zayda now.
You're
you know
a prophet.
What I'm saying? But we ain't seen nothing else after that.
You're a prophet because you telling the future. I already did Birds of a Feather 2, and it's just about what you just said it's about. So Birds of a Feather 1, it was it was true to the up to the point where somebody taking my publishing and all that wasn't none of that true. I had to do that to make the story, you know, a little bit more interesting. But I know guys that go through things like that, get tied in with guys from the street, and then, you know, they have to deal with that. But that definitely wasn't my story at all, you know, when it come to that. Now, me playing the keyboard at church, me cutting hair at the barbershop, and So Icy being my first big song, that definitely was all true. Hey, that's what's up.
Excuse me. My name is Kay Hill. I'm an up-and-coming artist, but I was watching your Vlad interview, and I was curious, man, when it comes to new artists, I mean, you said you look at their social media, but when you see an artist and they're in front of you, how do you go about determining whether or not you want to work with them?
A lot of times the artist that's right in front of me, I don't really just work with them off the bat. Because I don't know, you know, because when they right in front of my face, they're going to tell me whatever it is they think I want to hear. They're going to tell me they the greatest rapper in the world, you know. I done had guys, I could be walking in the movies with my family. I mean, with my mama, my dad, and my kids and everything. They're like, Zay, boy, I'm the hardest. Let me rap for you. Like, nah, bro, I can't do that right now. And they'll start rapping and follow me all the way into the movie theater. You know what I mean? So I don't never, you know, work with somebody just off face value when I see them. It's like I get their info and let me check them out. Your work is going to show me what you've been doing. You know what I mean? You ain't going to have to talk once your work can show what you've been doing. So that's the reason I look like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do 3 more questions. 3 more questions.
Let me get in the back over
here. Hey, how are you? My name is Anissa Brene.
All right.
So from a branding standpoint, what would you say is the most important piece in production?
In production?
Yeah, like having being a producer, is it like your tagline? Like you have your 808s that hit so hard.
Yeah.
But then Scream also said, you know, Zaytoven was in his mama's basement for a long time. So now that social media is so popping, would you say it's, you know, for a producer, is it your social media as well? Or is it your tagline?
I still think the overall biggest of the branding is sound. Sound is always, you know, your biggest business card. Like what the reason I done lasted for so long is my sound. It's other people that they're, you know, their numbers are bigger than mine. A lot of them, it's a lot of you know, producers that they had bigger hits than me or more hits than me, but their sound is not as significant as my sound is to the game. So I think a sound is the biggest thing as a producer to help brand yourself, because that's what's gonna make people want to come, and that's what make people gonna say, I need that person. You know what I mean? We live in a time now you can have the #1 song in the world right now, but still be a nobody, you know, and still don't have a sound. It just sound like somebody else did it. You know what I mean? So the sound, I think, is the biggest branding tool.
Okay, cool. 2 more questions.
I'm going to go before everybody
Go
take
ahead.
my
Go
chance.
ahead.
Hey, Hoodrich Crystal. I have a question. I know your roots come from church. You know, that's where you started. As you started to build your career, did you ever feel a tug on the enemy, you know, as far as changing who you were? And if you did, how did you overcome that?
Never felt that. Never felt like, you know, being compromising who I am. And I think that comes from, that has a lot to do with my parents, that has a lot to do with me being in church on a regular basis all the time. And, you know, it just was instilled in me since I was so young. And what else that helped gave me confidence, believe it or not, it was the rappers. I'm a guy that's deal with probably the worst rappers in the game. When I say that, these are the guys that probably really didn't rob somebody, they really didn't shot somebody, they didn't really did some crazy stuff. But these are like the guys that I'm real close with. So when these guys talk about me, I remember Gucci. I remember going to the studio, and Gucci just like he'll brag on me so much, but he's bragging about my character just as much as he bragging about my music. Yeah, this my producer Zaytoven, man. He don't drink, he don't cuss, he don't smoke. And I'm like, bro, you ain't got to say all that to everybody. You know what I mean? But it just showed me that even somebody like him at the state he was at and the way he was, because he was the worst of the worst. Even at that time in his life, he look at me and brag about how I am and, you know, my character. So it gave me confidence in, like, well, the character that I'm, you know, I don't got to do nothing. I ain't got to try to act like nobody else or be like nobody else, because people respect me for who I am. So yeah, I never had a tug on trying to change who I am or nothing like that.
Somebody over there had, I know your hair had.
In your opinion, who's the better rapper, Drake or Kendrick Lamar?
And I guess you could base that on who you would be more excited to produce for. If you don't want to get politically wrapped up in.
You gotta choose one.
They different. They so different to me.
So let me rewire the question.
Yeah,
who would you be more excited to? If you're on the phone, Drake's on one line, Kendrick on the other line. We need a beat ASAP. Who you send the email to first?
Well,
you got to make a choice.
I've worked with Drake,
Okay.
a few times already.
Gotcha.
We got platinum records together already.
True.
I never worked with Kendrick Lamar before, so I'll probably answer his call first. Not to say that he's better than Drake,
right?
But
this is a new thrill.
I never worked with him, so yeah.
Okay. All right.
Dope.
One more question.
Up.
But before we get to you, brother, my bad. Anybody else got a question that didn't ask one? I just don't want everybody mad and.
I have no idea yet. We don't know until almost the album finna come
Track
out.
list comes out. Yeah. Anybody?
Definitely. I can't wait to work with those type of people. I'm just waiting on them to say, Zay, hey, what's the name? Katy Perry just want to work with you. So, and I know it's coming. All that.
Let's get your question, brother, and we're going to get to this new record. Beast Mode 2 have a date?
No, I haven't put a date on it yet. I got a lot of projects that's coming out this year. It's a lot of just, surprises that I gotta see. I gotta see the temperature of the music and where it's going to see when I'm gonna drop it. I was thinking more like fall, fall or winter, but
I got a quick question, and this is because everyone mostly in Atlanta knows that a lot of producers have taken your sound, right? Mm-hmm. But I guess my question would be is, do you think because they were signed to a bigger platform, they get the credit before you get the credit because you were independent for so long?
That definitely could be, that definitely could be true. But I never looked at it really like that. I know a lot of producers. I feel like there's a lot of producers. They come in the game and they can blow up. They can, what I mean. A lot of times they can blow up without using, my sound, or they might use a little bit here and there. But I always looked at me almost. I like the slow roll thing. I like when another producer blows up and go ahead and peak out, because that means they should be done pretty soon. You know what I mean? They time will end pretty soon.
Right.
You know what I mean? I always wanted to kind of just ride that wave where it's like, okay, Zaytoven is still here in the midst of this artist and blew up and he done fell off. I mean, this producer done blew up and he done fell off. Dang, Zaytoven's still here. Another producer done came and went. Dang, Zaytoven's still here. You know what I mean? So all this time I never peaked out, and I never really wanted to. I never wanted to be the top dog at the food chain, because it's like, once you do that, then you become old. Then you start getting you start getting dated. Like, oh yeah, he was the man, like 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. But now it's somebody else. You know what I mean? So, a lot of times they do get credit for that, but it don't, it's nothing for me to complain about. Yeah.
Now, about a week ago, you dropped a massive banger on the world. It's a new single with Rick Ross, T.I., Yo Gotti. Then we saw Pusha T on there too. We weren't really expecting that. Talk to us about this record. Go get the money.
Go get the money. This was really a record that me and Gotti was doing a whole project together.
Right.
So I was like, I'm working on my album. Send me something I can put on the album. He sent me this song, and it was like a real long verse. It was just him on it by himself.
Okay.
But it was so hard. It was jumping so hard.
So Gotti was the first person on the record? Because wasn't Ross the hook?
Yeah, Ross is the hook.
Okay.
He was the last person to get on the song.
So you made the hook last?
Yep, made the hook last.
Okay.
I was so in love with the way Gotti had rolled the beat. And I was like, man, this one of them real, like this a banger to me. So after I kept listening to it, I said, you know what? Let me turn it into a cipher. I wanted to turn it into a cipher. Since Gotti had a long verse, I went to T.I. I was like, T.I., give me like a, just a long verse so I can put right behind Gotti. So, you know, then I was like, well, let me get somebody that's unexpected, to do the last verse, as a cipher. So I had Pusha T on it. So the song was originally Yo Gotti, T.I., and Pusha T just rapping behind each other. You know what I mean? No hook. It was just like a cipher record. I was just going to have it like a cipher song. But it was so hard to me that I'm like, man, hold on, man. This song got to have a hook. This mess around and be a single or something. So I went to Ross' house, and I was just kicking it with Ross, and I played it for him just through my phone. Mm-hmm. He took his phone out and started saying, go get the money machine. Like, he just started recording himself to his phone. Right. I'm like, oh, that's it. I need that right. I need that to be the hook. Right. He laid the hook the next day, and that's what became. That's why, it's a song with a hook now, because what Ross came up with was so dope. So.
Okay, we're going to definitely get into that, man. We appreciate you pulling up, man, doing this for the people. You're going to take some pictures with them, of course.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Hold on 1 second. And, of course, let everybody know the Trap Holizay, when it's dropping, where they can get it.
Trap Holizay this Friday, May 25th. Please support. Go get a copy. You definitely won't be disappointed. It's a must-have. Everybody in here listen to rap music, right? Okay, then. This is a must-have album, okay? Y'all go get that Trap Holizay Friday, May 25th.
If you ever loved the Zaytoven record, then this Friday is a holiday for you. Trap Holizay. Come on. It's going down. Moran, let's get it, man. New music right here from Zaytoven. Then we're going to take some pictures with him.
That boy Zay on the beats. Maybach music.